Continuing with the examples on three-phase balanced fault. In the last session, we've seen that one numerical that is on unloaded system. Okay, this is the problem whatever solved in the last session. There's some small topological mistakes here. That is, here I have to multiply. That is 0.125 into 0.125. Then we are getting 1.25. And one more, the thing is that here, that is, it is 1.6, it is not 0.16, that you have to make the correction here. That is, it is J 1.6 per unit. Then you are getting the rest of the calculations are correct. Then we'll move to the numerical, the next numerical. It is on a loaded machine. It is on a loaded machine. Then this particular problem you have to tackle with the internal voltages of the machine, internal voltage of the machine. The statement of the numerical is a synchronous generator and motor are same rating, that is 30,000 kVA or 30 MVA, 13.2 kilowatt, both having a subtangent reactance of 20%. Then the line connecting between the generator and motor have got 10% of reactance. Important thing is it is based on the machine rating, that is 30 MVA 13.2 kilovolts. The reactance is of the transmission line is 10%. Then the motor is drawing 20,000 kilowatt at 8 power factor leading 20,000, that is the motor is drawing a load of 20,000 kilowatt at 0.8 power factor leading with a terminal voltage of 12.8. Then the symmetrical three-phase fault occurs on the motor terminals. He asks you to find the subtangent currents in the generator and motor, that is a fault current contributed from the generator and motor, and the total fault current using the internal voltage of the machine. Then for the given numerical, I already drawn here the figure, that is generator having 30 MVA, 13.2 kilowatts, 20% is the reactance, and the line has got 10% on the basis of 30 MVA 13.2 kilovolts, and the motor also has got a same rating as the generator, 30 MVA 13.2 kilovolts with 20% subtangent reactance, and the motor is drawing a load of 20,000 kilowatt, 20,000 kilowatt, and at 8 power factor lead with a terminal voltage of 12.8. That is why I am written here 12.8, and the fault occurs on the terminals of the motor. The fault is occurring at the terminals of the motor. This the statement. Based on this, just the first step of the problem is that you have to draw the reactance diagram for the given problem. That is the first step. For that, the base quantity, what you have to make use of is machine rating. That simplifies the total calculation here. Therefore, what I am choosing here is the base MVA is 30 MVA, base kilovolt is 13.2, that too in generator circuit, or you can any part of the circuit, because in between there is no transformer here. Once if you are choosing this base quantity, which is holds good for all the components, it is holds good for all the components, because as such there is no the transformer in between. As such there is no transformer in between. Therefore, based on this, just some of the preliminary calculations I am making here. From the given the base quantity of the voltage and volt ampere, I am calculating the base current here. The base current is 30 into 10 raised to 3 divided by 13.2 then what I am getting the base current is 1312. That is, throughout the base current is remains the same, because there is no change in the voltage level because of there is no the transformer in the network. Therefore, the base current based on the base quantity what you are chosen, the base current is 1312. Similarly, we know that the load is 20,000 kilowatt, and it is operating at 8 power factor and the voltage of 12.8. Then we know that the standard formula for our the P is equal to root 3 VI cos phi. Okay, the P is given, V is given, cos phi is given, therefore you have to find out I. That is, I am using that, I am calculating here IL. IL what I am getting is 20,000 divided by root 3, 12.8 into 0.8. That is kilowatt on both sides, kilo in the both numerator and in the numerator and denominator get cancelled. Therefore, the total load current what I am getting is L128 an angle of 36.9. Because here I am using the angle 36.9 with a positive because it is a leading power factor. It is a power factor is the leading. That is why it is 36.9. Okay. This is the preliminary calculations what I made is for one is the base current, the another one is the load current. Then I want to express this load current in amperes to per unit by dividing the base current. So that what I am getting is the load current is in terms of per unit is 0.86 an angle of 36.9 is the per unit value of the load current. Next step what I am doing is I am calculating the per unit reactances of all the component in the system. First, if you are taking a generator, it is old MVA rating are 30 MVA 13.2. It is given 30,000 kVA. 30,000 kVA is nothing but 30 MVA. The motor is also 30,000 kVA. Therefore, it is 30 MVA. 30,000 MVA is same as 30 MVA. 30,000 kVA is nothing but it is 30,000 sorry, I'll write here, that is 30,000 kVA is nothing but 30 MVA. Okay, that is why I am written here 30 MVA 30 MVA. Okay, now if you look into the ratings, the old and new, it is 30 MVA 13.2 and base is also 30 and 13.2. This reactance is also based on 30 MVA and 13.2 kilovolts. And here also the base quantity and old quantities are remain same. Then if you are considering motor also, the old quantity and the base quantities are the same. Therefore, the new percentage value of the reactances are remains the same. Therefore, just you can calculate for any one of the things I made here for the synchronous generator and motor, the new value is remains the same as the old. The reactance of the transmission line is also remains same as a 0.1 because you are applying x per unit new is equal to x per unit old multiplied by kV old by kV new whole square into MVA new by MVA old. Because in all the component MVA new, MVA old, KV new all are the same. Therefore, it is 1 1. Therefore, the exponent new is equal to exponent old in this particular case. Okay. Once we know the new values of the per unit value, then you have to, for the given network, you have to draw the reactance diagram. The next step is to draw the reactance diagram. This is a reactance diagram for the given network. This is J.2, it is a reactance of the generator. J.2 is the reactance of the motor and J.10 is the reactance of the transmission line. Then the next step is to find out the internal voltage of the generator and internal voltage of the motor. You have to find out internal voltage of the generator and internal voltage of the motor. Then how to find out the internal voltage of the generator? We know that EZ double dash is equal to pre-fault voltage plus the drop up to the source. That is EZ is equal to VF plus IL into XG double dash plus XE, that is external reactance, that is J.2 and J.10. Just I am writing here formula. Okay, that is the VF already you are not calculated it. That is the pre-fault voltage that you have to calculate. The pre-fault voltage VF, is it is operating at 12.8 and the base quantity is 13.2. That is at this the pre-fault voltage is VF is 12.8 and base quantity is 13.2. Therefore, the pre-fault voltage per unit as 0.97. It is taken as a reference an angle of 0 degree. That is this your VF. The VF is 12.8 divided by 13.2. It is taken as a reference. That is why I am taken here. It is 12.8 divided by 13.2, that is 0.97 an angle of 0 degree. Therefore, I am substituting these values in this, that is EZ double dash is equal to 0.97 an angle of 0 degree. IL you are already calculated here, that is per unit 0.86 an angle of 36.9, that is 0.86 an angle of 36.9, that is IL. XA plus XE, that is J.2, that is J.2 plus J1.10, that is nothing but the total is 0.3. Therefore, what I am putting here is J.2 plus J.1. Then if you are simplifying this, the value of EZ double dash, what you are getting is EZ double dash you are getting as 0.814 plus J 0.207 per unit. What you are getting is EZ double dash. Then you have to get the value of IZ double dash, that is the fault current contributed from the generator, that is EZ double dash is equal to, IZ double dash is equal to EZ double dash divided by, it is XG double dash plus XC. Because you have to look into the total reactance offered from the generator side. If there is a fault occurs, the total reactance offered is here. This is a fault current from the IZ double dash. It is a IZ double dash. In that case, the voltage is EZ double dash and reactance is J.3. Therefore, what I am doing here is EZ double dash is 0.814 plus J.207 divided by, it is J.2 plus J.1. Just you have to divide and you are getting the IZ doubled as 0.69 minus J 2.71 per unit. This is the fault current contributed from the generator. Therefore, if you are interested in the actual value of the current, then what you have to do is you have to find out IZ double dash, the actual value is 1312. You have to multiply the base current, that is 1312, that is 0.69 minus J 2.71. Then you are getting the fault current contributed from the generator Ig double dash is equal to 905 minus J 3550 amperes. That is the fault current. If the switch is closed, if the switch is closed, then the current which is contributed is not IL here. Now it is Ig double dash. That is Ig double dash will flow like this. This is Ig double dash. The Ig double dash is given by 905 minus J3550 amperes. Now the same calculation is extended for the motor, that is, I am drawing here once again a network. Here we have got the two reactances put together, that is 0.3. Then there is a motor reactance, that is J.2. Then you have got EM double dash. Then there is a fault occurs here that I will show with the okay. That is, if it is closed here, then the first step in this is to find out what is the EM double dash. That is, we know that the current here, when the switch is open, here it is IL, here it is also IL. Therefore, your EM double dash here, it is a pre-fault voltage VF. It is a pre-fault voltage VF. This is the input voltage for the motor, if you are considering the motor side. Therefore, your EM double dash is the pre-fault voltage minus the drop in J.2. Therefore, what I am writing here is, it is a factor difference of VF minus IL into XM double dash. That gives your EM double dash. Therefore, I will write EM double dash is equal to the VF already were calculated here, that is 0.97 an angle of 0. That is taken as a reference. And also we are calculated the load current, it is 0.86 an angle of 36.9 is the load current. XM double dash is J.2. Then if you are solving this, the EM double dash you are getting as EM double dash you are getting as 1.074 minus J.138 per unit is the EM double dash you are getting. Then what we are interested is, when this switch is closed, short circuited, then the current which is contributed from the motor is the IM double dash. That is, when it is short circuited, then the current is here IM double dash here. IM double dash. There is a contribution from the generator is Ig double dash. There is a contribution from the motor, it is IM double dash. This IM double dash is nothing but it is EM double dash divided by the J.2. Therefore, I am writing here the value of IM double dash. IM double dash is equal to EM double dash divided by XM double dash. Therefore, EM double dash is 1.074 minus J.138 divided by XM double dash is J.2. Then if you are working out for the IM double dash, then what you are getting here is minus 0.69 minus J 5.37 per unit. 0.69 minus 0.69 J by. Suppose if you are converting this into its actual value, therefore IM double dash is equal to, you have to multiply base current, that is 1312, that is minus 0.69 J 5.37. Therefore IM double dash you are getting as minus 905 minus J 7050 as the fault current which is contributed from the motor. It is a fault current contributed from the motor. Therefore, the total fault current here, that is IF or IF double dash you can call. The fault current IF, the total fault current IF is nothing but it is IG double dash plus IM double dash. If you are adding in terms of its per unit values, that is IG double dash is 0.69 minus J 2.71 and IM double dash is minus 0.69 and it is minus J 5.37. Then the total value of the IF double dash what you are getting is J 8.08. Suppose if you want the fault current in the actual value, you have to multiply base current. Therefore, into minus J 8.08. Therefore, the total fault current what we are getting here is, it is minus J 10,600 amperes is the total total fault current. If you are adding their actual value of the IM double dash and IM double dash, that is this value, and the value of this, if you are adding these two, you are also getting once again the same as 10,600 amperes. This is how you have to calculate the fault current in the event of there is a three-phase fault occurs on a loaded system by the internal voltages of the machine.